Welcome to Alma College. As you begin your journey here, you're stepping into a world that's changing faster than ever. And one of the biggest changes is happening right now, the rise of generative artificial intelligence. In this video, we will cover what generative AI is and what it isn't, how you might use generative AI, and Alma College's policies regarding responsible AI use. Generative AI can be used to create a wide range of content, including text, images, and video. As generative AI tools become more sophisticated, it becomes increasingly difficult to identify AI-generated content. Ready to test your perception? See if you can identify which video was created by AI. To better understand how generative AI creates such realistic content, it's helpful to explore some of the core technologies behind it. Let's look at the popular large language model, ChatGPT, for example. A large language model is a type of artificial intelligence designed to generate human-like text by analyzing vast amounts of language data. It is built on an artificial neural network, which is a computer system inspired by the structure of the human brain, made up of layers of interconnected nodes that process information. These models use an algorithm, a set of rules or instructions, to learn patterns in data and then make predictions about what comes next. Now, let's break that down using a simple model from the librarians at Penn State University. Here, the hidden layer represents an artificial neural network. The process starts when the input node receives a sample of text, just like a prompt you might enter into ChatGPT. This sample is missing a piece at the end. To predict the missing piece, the AI analyzes the input using its artificial neural network, which has been trained on a large amount of language data. In this simplified model, it goes through 3 steps. First, it identifies whether the input contains numbers or words. Next, it detects any repeated patterns. Last, it classifies the format of the text. Finally, the AI generates an output. What it predicts most likely fills in the blank. Now, look at the input text provided. Can you decide if the text contains numbers or words? Is there any repetition? What do you think fills in the blank? In this case, the input text is a poem in Central Atlas Tamazight, an indigenous language of Morocco. You might have been able to guess the final word even if you didn't understand the language. Like you, AI doesn't understand the text either. It doesn't interpret meaning or even think. It simply uses patterns and probabilities to predict what comes next. Now that you have a basic understanding of how generative AI works by predicting likely words or phrases, let's look at how you might actually use it. You or someone you know has probably already used generative AI. Students might use generative AI for tasks like brainstorming ideas, summarizing readings, creating outlines and study guides, or generating keywords to be used in research. While some students may be tempted to use generative AI to write entire essays, that's not a good idea. AI can be used as a tool to support your thinking, but it should never replace it. And remember, copying and pasting AI-generated text and turning it in as your own work is still plagiarism. While generative AI can be helpful, it is not always reliable. Even worse, it can have negative impacts on society and the environment. Take a look at these real headlines. As you can see, generative AI can perpetuate bias and stereotypes, fabricate false information, contribute to human skill loss and unemployment, compromise your privacy, and it has negative impacts on the environment. Did you know that ChatGPT uses nearly 10 times more electricity than a single Google search? Over 1 year, that electricity would be the equivalent of the power consumption of 1.5 million European citizens. The use of generative AI in academic settings also raises important concerns about academic integrity. At Alma College, academic integrity is taken seriously. Honesty in academic endeavors is a central part of Alma College's philosophy. Academic dishonesty might include plagiarism, unauthorized assistance in the completion of exams or assignments, use of technology that violates an instructor's written policy, or any other attempt to deceive in order to receive an unearned grade. If a student is found to have violated these academic integrity standards, disciplinary action will be taken. This might result in the failure of an assignment, the failure of a course, suspension, or even expulsion from Alma College. Your professors will create AI policies for each class. Make sure that you read your class syllabus carefully so that you understand what is acceptable. The following are examples of how your professors might approach generative AI use in class. Number 1, use prohibited. Students are never allowed to use generative AI on any assignment. Number 2, use only with prior permission. Students must obtain permission from the professor in advance before using generative AI tools. Number 3, use with acknowledgement. Students are allowed to use generative AI tools if that use is properly documented and credited. Number 4, use freely encouraged. Students are encouraged to explore how generative AI tools can assist their own learning and may use these tools for assignments if their use is appropriately acknowledged and cited. If you aren't sure, you should always ask your professor or check your course syllabus. To conclude, here are some quick tips for using generative AI responsibly. Number 1, start with your own ideas. Use it as a tool to support your thinking, not replace it. Number 2, always review AI output. Double-check facts, grammar, and logic. Number 3, keep learning. AI is changing fast. Stay curious, critical, and informed. Number 4, when in doubt, ask your professor. Alma College prepares graduates who think critically, serve generously, lead purposefully, and live responsibly, core values that are vital in the age of artificial intelligence. Generative AI isn't just a trend. It's a powerful tool that's shaping the future of learning, work, and communication. As such, we encourage all members of the Alma College community to engage with these tools thoughtfully, ethically, and with a commitment to academic integrity. This video was brought to you by the Alma College Library. Your librarians are here to help. Need to find sources or materials? Not sure what your professor means by research or scholarly sources? Are you struggling to narrow down your research topic? Did your professor say the textbook is on reserve and you're not sure what that means? We've got you covered. Visit us in person on the upper level of the Learning Commons, or connect with us via email at aclibrary@alma.edu. You can even schedule a one-on-one research coaching session with a librarian for personalized help. Explore everything we have to offer by visiting our website, library.alma.edu.